Ladies and gentlemen, boys and ghouls, we are here. Well, the Super Bowl is upon us, and what a week of football and just a crazy season all around. Now we have one more game, and that includes the Seattle Seahawks and the Denver Broncos in the Super Bowl at MetLife Stadium. So in today's video, I wanted to quickly recap the championship games and give you my opinions. Well, on Saturday, I ended up staying up way too late, and which ended up being a really good thing because I really hate watching pregame shows and have them talk about just two games. And they do it for hours upon hours. It's just very boring. Terry Bradshaw, Jimmy Johnson, Michael Strahan, and then on the NFL Network you got Deion Sanders and all those Glendinian Tomlinson, all those guys. It's just boring. So waking up on Sunday right around game time was perfect for me. Anyways, I watched the Patriots and the Broncos for the first game, and I went and picked the Broncos because, you know what, it just felt right to me. And Broncos, having Peyton Manning, who knows if this is going to be last year, just felt right. So the Broncos scored a field goal in the first quarter as they jumped out early with the first score. But man, the only thing I could really notice in the first quarter was how awful these running games were. I mean, both sides couldn't get anything going, and that's just the way I saw it in the first quarter. But obviously, the biggest thing that I think that happened in this first quarter that really benefited the Broncos here was the illegal pick by Wes Welker, literally like smacking the guy and injuring Aqib Talib and forcing him out of the game. That's the Patriots' best defender that I could name on that crippled defense that they've been playing with all year. So, they've been playing without Wilfork and Mayo, and, they obviously got it together to make it to the AFC Championship, but hey, this is the championship game. You got to have the next guy step up. So, you know what, Patriots? No excuses. In the end, the Denver Broncos just had the Patriots beat in all facets of the game. They did whatever they wanted to this team. I mean, offense, defense, special teams. They just played better football than the New England Patriots. I mean, it was literally a picnic day for Peyton Manning, as for once again, for the second straight week, his O-line has come through and blocked for him, and all he's been doing now is been sitting back there dinking and dunking and just throwing the ball all over the field. Tom Brady, he had a very subpar game, and majority of the time his line wasn't blocking for him or making running lanes for the running game that they were gashing Indianapolis with the week before. But surprisingly for me, he was missing the throws. That was one thing that really caught my eye. He shouldn't be missing throw to receivers. Edelman on a touchdown was wide open on one play. He was throwing over the head. The pressure was really getting to Tom Brady in this game.
And Peyton Manning connects with Demaryius Thomas once again. This New England defense cannot stop this madman.
You know what? This Patriots team doesn't have the talent to compete with Denver. Now, Bill Belichick is a great football coach. He's the master of patching up offenses and his defense and his whole team from season to season. And you know what? This year in particular just didn't work. There was just not enough talent and not enough experience for Belichick to really play against the Denver Broncos to have a chance in this game. It obviously showed because they scored 3 points in 3 quarters. That's unacceptable in a championship game against Peyton Manning. I'm sorry, Patriots. You just can't do that with a team like the Broncos, and that is a big reason why this game ended so comfortably for the Denver Broncos. So going out on a limb here, I'm going to say thank you, Patriots. Thank you for not showing up at all for this game, as you literally stunk up the field with your poor efforts all across the board. And you basically gave a free pass to Denver to the Super Bowl. I was expecting a nail biter. Come on. 5 Super Bowl appearances in the past 15 years. Enough is enough already. I'm tired of it. Well, the next game definitely lived up to its potential here. It had everything that you wanted in a championship game, especially a nail-biting championship game. I mean, the first drive of this game, the first play of this game. The script for this game couldn't have started any better than that. And then after that, I mean, the first quarter became just a huge defense display by both these teams. And then the second quarter comes along and we finally get some big plays from the offense. Now, on the first drive, the second quarter for the 49ers get the ball on a punt, and what happens? Oh, well, Michael James muffs the punt, which made me want to think about another guy that they had 2 years ago that 49er fans are very familiar with. A guy in the name of Kyle Williams. Anyways, after that, I didn't really see James too much. I don't even know if he was punt returning at that point for the most part. But this was the drive that Kaepernick used his zebra leg powers to sprint across the field 58 yards into Seattle territory. Man, that was a big play. Eventually, that play takes us all the way fast forward to a 4th and 1 at the Seattle 1, and the Niners punch it in. Well, at this point, I mean, the Seahawks were down by 10, and they really hadn't done anything to gain any momentum to swing their way until a huge pass from Russell Wilson to Doug Baldwin for 51 yards, which got them to the red zone in San Francisco territory their next drive. Now, first of all here, do you know how long that it took him to get rid of that pass? Seriously, do you know how long it took him to get rid of that ball and make that huge play? Well, if you just count it like you just did, it took him literally 10 seconds. He had 10 seconds in that backfield to throw that ball. Where is the defense? Where is the Niners' pressure? And where is it coming from? Because he obviously had all day. I mean, he's one of the most dangerous playmakers back there, and you give him 10 seconds? I mean, that's how long it takes for me to take a leak in my bathroom. But anyways, after that amazing play, the Seahawks can only get a field goal. Now, the second half gets underway, and on Seattle's first drive, the offense starts clicking, and then eventually scores a 40-yard touchdown on that Niners defense, and that place is livid.
But wait!
Oh, that was only premature, sorry. Because on the 49ers' next drive, Kaepernick used his legs once again and got them in position to score, and he eventually connected with Anquan Boldin for 26 yards for a touchdown.
Whoopsie, Seattle!
Now, I know for a fact that majority of the San Francisco Niner fan base was feeling pretty good at that point. Well, let me tell you, the train wreck was only beginning for San Francisco as soon as the fourth quarter was underway. So, it starts with Seattle getting a huge kickoff return, which puts them at the San Francisco 33. And luckily, the defense showed up and held them, Seattle, to another field goal. So, on the next series, San Francisco goes 3 and out, and the Seattle's next drive would become a classic. With 13 minutes and 52 seconds left on the clock, Seattle had to burn a timeout because Steven Auschka wasn't prepared. So, wait, your kicker, who prepares himself to kick kicks, cannot prepare himself to be prepared on the field when they need him. I don't get it. I mean, this guy only kicks field goals. How can he not know that his team would possibly want to kick? Why is he not near the sideline? And why is he back there kicking and practicing still? I don't know. Well, it sure enough pissed the hell out of Pete Carroll enough for him to go for it.
You're out of here, Auschka.
And on a play that looked pretty crazy at that point. I mean, fourth quarter, you still got a lot of time and you're going for it with 7 yards to make up for first down. I mean, literally in a matter of seconds after the ball is snapped, Russell Wilson connected with Jermaine Kearse in what looked to be just a Hail Mary play because they were saying they were trips right, and all I could see was a bunch of streakers down the field. So, hey, it worked. And now the what if question lurks in my mind. What if Hauschka was prepared and kicked that field goal on time before the timeout was taken? Does he make it from that distance? And what happens if Aldon Smith doesn't go off sides? I mean, does that play even happen? I mean, It's just kind of unreal to me. I don't know. So I give you kudos to you, center, who I don't know your name right now, and the offense for totally being aware on that play. Anyways, the Seahawks take the lead, and the 12th man is alive. And surely, Kaepernick became slowly crippled to the pressure as it started out with him coughing up the ball while scrambling to his left side. Big no-no in the fourth quarter, Kaepernick. But luckily, the 49ers defense bailed him out as they stopped Seattle at their own 1-yard line. The 49ers were unfortunate, though, that before that play happened, they had the fumble. And on top of that, they had Navarro Bowman tear his ACL and MCL, and they kept showing it over and over and over and over and over and over. I mean, I had a bad knee injury when I played in high school, but none to the extent of what Bowman's leg did. I mean, that looked like a wishbone, bend. I feel really sorry for Bowman. Now, aside from the 49ers stopping Seattle at the 1-yard line, it only took Kaepernick 2 plays later to turn the damn ball over again. Not only was this throw an undisciplined throw, but he stared down Anquan Boldin the whole route. He had his eyes on him, and that was just easy for Cam Chancellor to go, "Thank you, come again." And you know, this makes Joe Montana's point very valid of what he said about Kaepernick's gameplay. You know, Kaepernick, he won't be able to rely on his legs forever. He's going to have to learn how to step up in that damn pocket and make a throw, and let alone not stare down your receivers. So, you know, this game was just more evidence of to why, you know, Kaepernick still needs to improve on a lot of things in his game. Following that turnover, Seattle did the smart thing, shed some time off that clock, and set up themselves for a 6-point lead after kicking the field goal. Well, here we go. San Francisco has the ball. 3:32 left on the clock in the fourth quarter. I'm thinking, all right, if Kaepernick is the great QB that he has proven to so-called and be, let's see if he can be the crunch time guy again and get another opportunity to prove himself, you know. So the stage was set. The stage was set for everything. Everything was on the line for him again. And once again, just like in the Super Bowl, he came up short and didn't get it done. And this time, this pass was tipped by the best corner in the league right now, Richard Sherman. Yeah, you heard me. You see that obnoxious man you're looking at right now that everyone supposedly calls classless? Well, people, I have something to tell you. I will debate you on anyone on this. I've been debating people on Facebook about this, my family, friends, and I'll say it to you, my fans. Richard Sherman is the best corner in the league right now. I mean, look at his stats. In his 42 starts, he has had 20 interceptions, recovered 3 fumbles, returned 2 touchdowns, and this man, he just knows the game. He just knows the game. He uses his trash talk very well to manipulate his opponents, and, you know, I have to respect that. That's his edge. That is the way that he plays the game, and he plays it very well. And, you know, he consistently backs up what he says on the field on a consistent basis. I mean, you gotta respect that. I mean, he talks the talk, and he does the walky walk all on the field, and nobody can prove him wrong. What can you say? I mean, come on. If you want to shut him down, then find a way to do it, because I haven't seen anybody do it. So, hey, props to Richard Sherman and the Seattle Seahawks and Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos, because you have made it to the only game that only matters in the NFL, the Super Bowl. Anyways, that concludes my recap of the championship games. I hope you enjoyed this video, folks. Now, I will have a Super Bowl predictions and props video coming soon, so don't miss out on that. And I hope you football freaks are getting ready for the Super Bowl. It's always the funnest and best game of the year of the football season. Now, honestly, I am having a real tough time picking who I want to root for in this game. I don't know who to pick because, I mean, literally comes down to the matchups and conditions all factoring into this game. I mean, we're going to have some snow and cold, and I don't know. The crowd's not going to be a factor. Usually isn't in the Super Bowl. But, yeah, a lot of interesting things. So I'm still trying to decide and decipher who I'm going to root for. Anyways, come back for more of your football dosage. I am Noel Granada, and I am out.